Hi Ernie, hi Michael, hi Pewers. This is Rebecca. I'm over here at Bronx Pride. It started off slow, but the sun came out, people are starting to come out. It's gonna be a great day. Smoking in City Park. Breaking the law, breaking the law. With the rainbow flag waving behind me, I announce I'm running for president. Vote for me.
Welcome to View!
Where we're roasting celebrity chefs.
It's a hot show, another hot show. It's our second hot week of the summer.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't that hot actually. It was pouring rain. It was pouring rain today. It was pouring rain earlier this week.
Rain.
Anyway, I hate all celebrity chefs at this point, especially the men ones. With the exception of Morimoto, who I probably only really like him because I can't ever understand what he's saying.
What about the female chefs?
Those I like a little more. But the men ones, like we were just talking about them this week, Anthony Bourdain had some comments.
Is he the one that looks like Kyoki?
No, that's Guy Fieri.
Oh yeah.
So, Anthony Bourdain said that all the other men chefs on the Food Network were douchebags, which I thought was funny because...
And ironic.
I think Anthony Bourdain is the biggest douchebag of all. So it's the biggest douchebag calling all the other douchebags douchebags.
Well, that's what douchebags do.
No. Yes. So I hate Anthony Bourdain, I hate Guy Fieri, I hate Gordon Ramsay, I hate Robert Irvine, although he's more like a restaurant.
There's
consultant.
something, they have an ego. It's interesting that I thought that Guy looked like Kyoki, and that Kyoki hates me for thinking that Guy looked like Kyoki, because celebrity chefs and celebrity DJs have a lot in common.
Yes, they're full of themselves.
They are full of themselves, and they serve it. They like to serve,
and they like to serve,
and they like to shove it down our throats. They like to eat. They like to want us to eat and dance to what they want to cook and play. And it's kind of a. Sylvia said that DJs are fascists, and in a way they are. Especially when they play the same beat on their fascists. But yeah.
Yes. Well, so are the chefs. Look. Well, one chef that I like, despite her fall from grace, is Paula Deen.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, I like her because of that.
Because it just made her more of a real person, and
although
her food was always disgusting.
And her reaction did not seem real at all. No. Her reaction seemed so fake. No. I mean, like fake.
I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But it was more than that. It was like, forgive me for being a human being. I'm sorry that I have feelings like everybody else. I mean.
Yeah. Well, one fall from grace that I didn't care about was Donald Trump's, who I didn't think he was so high up anyway.
Right. He thought he was.
Yeah,
he thought he was high up enough that the fall didn't tell me.
But I already thought he was in the gutter.
I don't know if that's
so. When you fall from the gutter to where? To the catch basin. It's not such a big fall.
To me, the most unforgivable thing about Donald Trump is his plastic surgery. I mean,
not that he disparaged millions of our fellow Americans
because
his plastic surgery.
I don't understand how somebody with money can't look perfect. I mean, if you can afford to look perfect. Damn it! Well, and if you're going to make us look at you, if you want us to look at you, that's how you earn your money. Then Amanda is a perfect example.
He thought he was perfect.
No, he could not.
Well, did Michael Jackson think he was perfect?
Obviously not. I mean, he's a work in progress, to put it mildly. But
maybe Donald Trump is a work in progress.
He's a real piece of work in progress. And that's the new documentary of Donald Trump and Joan Rivers, a real piece of work in progress. Amanda, though, is a perfect example of somebody who knows that she's in the public spotlight. She knows that her image is what she's selling, and so she presents herself with the perfect image all the time. It's like having a showroom full of sparkling cars. She's sparkling, and she's taut, and she's, and she cares. People think that's superficial, but it's the opposite of superficial. She cares so much about us and what we have to look at that she will go to any length to make sure that we are pleased.
We'll be back with some more superficiality.
And now a word from our sponsor.
You know, I was sort of shocked when they asked me the first time, because normally I'm the one who's orchestrating, you know, this big show and inviting people to be part of or whatever, and this is kind of the first time that I was on the opposite end of that. I was busy focusing on my artwork and cute guys' butts.
Welcome back to the pew.
Welcome back.
Superficiality.
Superficiality.
Girl, man. Anyway.
All this talking about celebrity chefs makes me crave a nice bowl of steamed spinach.
Oh God.
Michael won't eat steamed spinach.
I mean, nobody likes it. What is it?
Steamed spinach.
Yeah, it's
you
like,
can't even say it.
because
so,
it's like this,
allspice.
because it makes me nauseous. It's like this gooey green, like goop, like slimy goop. I mean,
what's wrong with slimy
fresh
goop?
spinach is delicious. When you have a fresh spinach sandwich,
It says the person who's picked ecstasy out of vomit to eat it.
Yes,
He won't
exactly.
eat steamed
I didn't eat the
spinach,
vomit.
But he'll pick
I didn't eat the vomit. I would take ecstasy out of green goop too, but I wouldn't eat the goop. I might rinse it. Not too long. You don't want to rinse too much of the ecstasy away, but I would rinse it. Flash rinse. Yeah, I should have. Because
Bitches want to know.
What do I know?
Mr. Calvin C wants to know if he can marry you to get a green card.
I mean,
Don't you think Michael's done enough illegal things in his life?
that would be
Adding
would that be illegal?
immigration law violations to the law.
Is it a thought
list.
crime?
No, it's an actual.
No, but I mean, because of what you're thinking, is that what makes it a crime?
No, it would only be a crime if you actually get married for the green card.
So, because of what you're thinking, it's a crime because of what you're thinking. I'm marrying you because you need a green card. So, because
That's not a thought crime. A thought crime is.
well, if I'm marrying you because I love you, that's one thing. And if I'm marrying you because for a green card, that's another thing. But we're doing the same act. It's what's the thought behind it is what makes it illegal.
Yeah, but right now our thought crimes are limited to terrorism. So it's only a thought crime if you are, say, if you're thinking of blowing up some building.
Okay, well then, if I marry somebody for a green card, that's not illegal then.
It's not. It's only illegal if you go through with it for the green card. It's not illegal if you're thinking about
But
it.
what is the difference between marrying somebody for a green card and marrying them for love?
Because it is illegal to marry someone.
That's
for a
not
green card.
the difference.
It's a
That's-
violation.
You're telling me what the result is, but you're not telling me what the difference is.
Well, because the difference is that when you marry someone for love, you are not applying to immigration to get a visa for that person you love. If you're marrying somebody for a green card, then you are applying to immigration.
Yes,
for a
but a
visa.
person is allowed to get a green card if they are married to a U.S. citizen.
Right, so they will have to determine whether you are marrying for love or for some other motive.
In other words, they'll have to know what I'm thinking.
No, well, they'll interview you, yes.
Yeah.
There's a
So
lengthy
depending
interview.
on what I'm thinking, or I
it's,
let them know.
no,
what I'm
it's
thinking.
more about how you're acting than how you're thinking, because they will look at your behavior and where you live and where your spouse lives and what the pattern of past behavior and current behavior is. That's how they determine it. They're not, they can't read your mind, so they can only base their decision.
But if it's not what I'm
Like if
if
you
what
married
I'm thinking doesn't come into play, then why would it matter if they can read my mind?
Well, because if you married somebody for a green card and you're married and they live in one apartment, you live in another, and there's an immigration visa application, they're going to deny it and say these people are just married for
Yes, obviously you
immigration
live in the same
purposes.
apartment.
So some people are stupid enough to do that. to not live in the same
and they
apartment.
deserve to be caught.
See you next time.
Bye.